What's up, YouTube? So I am bilingual, and in addition to speaking English, I also speak Punjabi, and the couple of videos that I have posted have been me speaking in Punjabi, trying to reach the specific audience. And somebody pointed out in a comment in my previous videos that it would be nice if I came out with some English versions of these videos so that everybody could benefit from the knowledge that I'm sharing. And if you drive in the middle lane on a 3-lane highway, you're a dick. But anyway, I try to keep you guys informed on the latest updates in the trucking world. If you've been keeping tabs on the developments, you'll know that the FMCSA has kind of updated the final rule. There's some points in there that I would like to go over. The first one is the half-hour break that you have to take within the first 8 hours of going on duty. They've actually changed that. Before it was exclusively off duty. You would have to be off duty for that to count towards your break, but they've changed that you can incorporate on duty and off duty, so you don't have to do a full 30 minutes of off duty. For example, if you go in and you start fueling, it takes you 10 to 12 minutes to fuel, and then you go inside, pull forward, go inside, grab a snack, grab your receipt, whatever, come back, and usually between that 10 and 15 minutes it takes you to go in and come back out, you can incorporate your whole break within that time frame instead of having to do it just completely off duty. The second one that they changed is the 8-2 split. Well, they didn't really change it. They kind of added another option on there. So some of you may know you can do an 8-2 split. If you don't know how to do an 8-2 split, or you don't know what an 8-2 split is, I'm going to be posting another video going into further detail of explaining what the 8-2 split is, when and how to use it. And on top of that, on top of the 8-2 split, they've also added the option of a 7-3 split. So basically, you can do the 7-3 split in addition to the 8-2, and also you can do your regular 10-hour break. Then they've also added an adverse conditions, where if you get stuck in snow or get stuck in traffic because of an accident, unforeseen circumstances, you can I think it said extend your drive up to 2 hours. So instead of doing the 11, you can do a 13-hour drive, but that's just for adverse conditions only. I guess you'd have to put a note in it, but that's one. The other one was it's for short haul, and I never really dealt with short haul. We do over the road and regional, but I think it was to the effect of if you're driving within a 150-mile radius, that instead of 12 hours, there's 14 hours available. But that's only for a short haul. Again, it's a 150-mile radius. And those are the updates that they're bringing. Once it is published in the FMCSA Registrar, it will take 120 days for that to come into effect. That gives the ELD providers time to go in and change the settings in the system to add those options in for the 7-3 split and the 30-minute break, and also the adverse condition. Another thing that happened this year is that the FMCSA actually started the Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse, and basically is when you go to apply for a job at any trucking company, or if somebody comes to our trucking company and applies for a job, we have to do what's called a previous employer verification, where we go back and to the previous employers that you've had, and we send them or fax them a sheet containing your name and your information, and the questions that relate to drug and alcohol tests. Specifically, have you ever tested, has this driver ever tested positive for a drug and alcohol test, or has this driver ever refused one, things to that nature. And so what they've done is they've incorporated like a database where the companies will go in and put that information in that database whenever they hire a new driver. And when you hire a new driver, you have to go in there and update the database. And it's not only for company use as well. As a driver, you will also have to create a profile. And again, if you need help with that, I'm going to be posting a video on the carrier side of how to create a profile as a carrier, and the driver side, how to create a profile as a driver. And the reason why drivers need to create a profile is because they have to give the carrier that is requesting information permission to view that information. So when you go and apply and they go into the system and say, hey, well, we need to see this guy's record, they can't see it without your permission. So you'd have to go in and give them permission to look at that record. That is why drivers also need to create an account. And hopefully what this is for the next 3 years, they're going to be compiling this database so that instead of going back to your previous employers and having to do a verification check with them, they can just go online and see your record. So I'll be coming out with a video for the 8-2 split. I'll also incorporate the 7-3 split as well that they're going to be putting into play. And also I'll make a video, these will be 2 separate videos, going into detail about the drug and alcohol clearinghouse for the carrier and for the driver. I might do 2 different ones, one for the driver and one for the carrier, just so you know you guys don't have to watch a whole video just to see your part. And if you have any questions, even about opening a company or getting started, say you want to get started with your own company, or if you're a new driver entering the industry, or if you're an older driver who needs some clarification on anything, you know, leave a comment and you know, with a question, and I'll reply to it as best as I can. If you have any requests on information, whichever request will be the largest, I'll make a video about. And also, for all of this information I'm providing you, there's going to be a link in the description with the source, so the FMCSA's published rule. I'll leave a link in the description for that. And also for some information on the drug and clearinghouse, I'll leave a link in the description for that as well. And like I said, if you want to see more great content, if you need updates, latest news, or help starting your own company, you know, subscribe, like the video, comment. If you want me to contact you personally, I'll set up something so that we can do that as well. And I'll help you as best as I can. Even if you're starting your company, I have a great insurance provider. My insurance agent is amazing. He really goes to bat for you. And setting up your company is it's a fairly simple deal. And if there's enough requests, I'll make a video about setting up a new company. But I do have to warn you guys, ever since 2018, it's getting harder to open a new company because of the fact that there were so many companies that were open in 2018 that did not comply with the safety standards set forth by the FMCSA. So that caused a real increase in insurance, and we're still feeling that effect to date. And all the companies that closed in 2019, I think it was close to 700 companies closed down in 2019, 2 major ones, and it was all reaction to that 2018 spike in the rates. So hopefully we'll see the rates come down for the insurance, but until then, the rates are still high. I know there's been a 10 to 12 increase across the board on insurance rates in general. accessing your carrier's safety profile, accessing your own profile as a personal driver's PSP, which would be your personal report, personal safety report. I can show you how to do that as well if you guys are interested. Just, you know, let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll post it for you. And as always, everybody stay safe, and God bless.